Hi, everyone. We're back. It's Dawn Flood, or Mrs. Flood, from Student Leadership Services, and you probably recognize my friend here.
I'm Mindy Willis, Prevention Specialist for SLS.
So we're back today, and today what we're going to do is we want to talk to you about social skills and the techniques that we all use to make friends, because we know friends are really important to you, but they're also important to us. And so we need to do that by being social so that we can be socially attracted to our friends and people like that, but also self-confident. And so, believe it or not, many people are shy, okay? Me, actually, I'm actually a very shy person, which is hard to believe, I know, right? Okay, but actually I am. And sometimes when we are shy, because it's very normal, we tend to wear a mask, which is why Miss Willis and I had a mask on today. And you wear that mask because maybe we're struggling with, we're not quite sure how to make friends, or we're quite not sure what to say. So sometimes we put that mask on because it's hard for us to kind of reveal who we really are until we get to know them. And actually, there's a lot of people, believe it or not, that are really, really shy.
I was shocked by these.
What's that?
I said I was shocked by these. I can't wait for you to share them.
Yes, okay, yeah, because, yeah, so there's celebrities and stuff that are really shy that you probably would not even recognize. So I'm going to share two, okay, that I know all of you know. And the first one, I'll give you a hint, okay, she's a female and she is a musician, okay, so it's somebody that you all know. And she's actually very, very shy. And when she's on the Hollywood scene, she's more kind of reserved, more steps back and waits for people to approach her. She doesn't put herself out there and start up conversations. And a lot of times she actually says, I just feel like I don't fit in. So do you have any idea who that might be? All right, well, I'll show you the picture and you'll know right away. That's right, Lady Gaga. So Lady Gaga actually considers herself very shy, which is hard to believe because she's up on stage singing at those big concerts. So it's really hard to believe that. The other one, which I know you'll guess right away, and this one's a male, he's also a musician. And when he grew up, he was in a hometown where football was the big thing. And he didn't play football. So because he didn't play sports, he felt like he didn't fit in. And when he felt like he didn't fit in, he was more shy, more laid back, because his thing was music. And so until he found those people to connect with that liked music, he was more of that shy guy. So this person, and I know you'll guess right away as soon as you see him, he's kind of good looking too. That is Justin Timberlake. All right.
Definitely good looking.
Yeah, right. So these two, okay, that we all know, very famous, are shy. And so we're going to learn, okay, what they learned about how to overcome our shyness and be social. Last week, I hope you were able to watch our video on communication skills, because we started with communication skills last week because we need to learn how to communicate and how to talk first before we ever can be social and make friends and have conversations. And in communications last week, we learned that there's two types of communication: our verbal, anything with words, and then our nonverbal, which was our facial expressions, body language, and gestures, right? And then we also talked about how when you're the sender, somebody giving the message, and the receiver, somebody receiving the message, that both people have to interpret the message the right way. Otherwise, communication gets all screwed up, okay? Right. So that was kind of a reflection of last week, and it's important to remember that, because as we move forward today, we're going to learn about how we can be social, how to have conversations. And so, Mindy, how are we going to do that?
Well, we're going to talk about a few techniques, and then we're going to play a game.
Yeah, awesome.
So, yeah, so there's, you know, when you talk about social skills, it's really, basically, it's about having a conversation. And there's some really important things that really just to initially start, and especially for those people who don't feel real self-confident, you can take very small steps to get started. And One of those things has to do with what you were talking about, you know, your body language and that nonverbal communication, that you make eye contact, that you appear approachable and try to be comfortable with yourself, and that you greet people in a friendly way. And so greeting people in a friendly way really kind of helps to open the door to that relationship and your social skills. The second thing that is really helpful is to give people genuine compliments. People like to feel good, and it's easier and you can feel more comfortable relating to somebody if you feel comfortable with them. And so giving someone a genuine compliment is a great way to kind of open the door to a longer conversation. And then the third thing I think would be really important is, you know, we tend to be friends and have relationships with people that we have common interests. And so that's an important element, I think, as well, to talk about things that you're both interested in. So we're going to talk about those three things as we play a game. And so that will be to greet people in a friendly way, to give genuine compliments, and to talk about things that you're both interested in. So if you don't have materials nearby, you're going to need something to write with and a piece of paper folded in half. So we'll go ahead and grab those things, and we'll see you in a minute.
Awesome.
All right, we're back. So hopefully you have something to write with and a piece of paper. And like I mentioned, you need to take your paper and fold it in half. I call this hamburger style because it's fat like a hamburger. And then 3 columns, and first column is greeting, the second one is compliment, and the third one is topic. So go ahead and write those things down. And then Dawn and I are going to take turns reading either compliments, greetings, or topics. And when we say the word or hold up the words, you need to decide which column that it goes in.
Okay.
All right.
So they'll write it in, right in their column.
Write it on the paper, whatever column they think that word goes in.
Awesome.
Yep. So how about you go first?
Okay, I start. All right, ready? Ready, students? All right, here we go. They're really easy. All right. So will this be a greeting, a compliment, or a topic? First one is hi. That one's pretty easy. Hi. All right. Next one. You're really smart. Mindy, I think you're really smart.
Oh, thank you, Dawn. That's a nice compliment.
Okay. And then the last one.
Oh, I gave it away. Woo.
Movies. I don't know about you, but I love movies. So where would that fit on your list? Movies. All right, Mindy, what do you have for them? Mine are pretty easy.
All right. My first one. You see it? Wave.
Wave.
All right. My second one. Books.
Books. I love a good book.
And one more I'll share is great game.
Awesome. All those sport players, great game. Sweet.
All right, you take a turn now.
All right, I got some more. Okay. All right. So stay with us here. Our students, stay with us. All right, next one. The nod. Greeting, compliment, or topic? The nod. All right. Nice shoes. That's a nice pair of kicks. I like your shoes. Nice shoes. All right. And then the last one. Cool haircut. I like your new do. Looks nice.
I need a new do.
Right.
Right? All our hair is getting really long right now.
It is. All right. So Mindy, what do you have?
My husband cut his hair this morning, and he looks like Batman in the back.
Nice.
Pretty funny. I tried to ask if I could take his picture to include it in the video, and he declined.
We would like to see that nice haircut.
Right?
Yes.
All right. Our next 3. Here we go. How's it going?
Cool. Going good. Going good.
I like your outfit.
Oh, thanks.
Cool style.
Thanks.
And then the last one, greeting, compliment, or topic, TV shows.
Ah, yes. TV shows. Favorite TV show? Where would that go? All right. So last round. Let's see how you do. Okay. Here we go. Sports. That'd be a greeting, a compliment, or a topic. Sports. And it can be any sports. Whatever you like playing or watching. All right. Oh, the high five.
Virtual high five.
Okay, virtual high five. All right. All right. And then the last one. Oh, we all can relate to this one. Ready? Food.
Oh.
We all like food. So, is food a topic, a greeting, or a compliment? So, go ahead and write that down.
All right, so we're going to pause the video and for a quick second and then come back with all of the answers. All right, I know the suspense is killing you, so we're going to go ahead and in your greeting column, you should have hi,
Hi,
nod, high five, and how's it going? So those are the ones you should have in your greeting column. Did I
what
miss
about a
one?
wave?
Oh, and the wave, yeah.
Oh, the
I feel like we're
wave.
missing one there. Yeah, wave.
Okay.
All right, and then in your compliments column, you should have you're really smart.
Okay.
Nice shoes. Cool haircut. Great game. And I like your outfit.
Sweet.
So
All
those
right.
would be in your compliments column. And
Okay.
then in your last column for topics, you should have movies,
Yep.
TV shows,
Yep.
food, sports, and then last, books.
Yes.
So we're sure you probably did a pretty good job on those. Those weren't too hard. So now what we want you to do is, now that you have some ideas for each of those three things in your columns, I want you to take a minute, pause the video, and add 1 to 2 more things in each column that pertain particularly to you that we might not have mentioned. And then take a look at your list, and we want you to circle one item from each column that you feel most comfortable doing. So go ahead and do that, and we'll see you in a minute.
Cool. All right. So now that you just added a few of your own to your greeting, compliment, and topic list, okay, what I want to talk about now is compliments, okay, because sometimes it can be kind of awkward giving somebody a compliment. And it also can be really awkward receiving a compliment. Like, what do you say when someone gives you a compliment, okay? And so I want to talk about that a little bit, all right, because compliments are actually a great way to break the ice when you're not quite sure what to talk about, or if you want to meet someone, get to know their name. Giving a compliment is that safe, put yourself out there that breaks the ice. So there's actually some basic steps to giving and receiving a compliment. So the first, let's talk about giving. How do we give a compliment? So the first thing you gotta do is you gotta pick something to compliment, okay? So when we were just doing your list, one of the compliments we had was nice shoes, right? So you find something on that person that you want to compliment. Maybe it's their shoes, maybe it's their shirt, okay? So something to compliment. That's the first thing. Then you look the person in the eye, okay, when you compliment, all right? So you got to look at them. You can't be looking around and turning and then giving a compliment, because they'll be like, who are you talking to, me? Okay, so you got to look at the person you're complimenting. And then the final, you have to say the compliment in a sincere voice. Now, you can't be sarcastic, because then they won't quite sure, is that a compliment, or are you making fun of me, or what? So you have to pick something to compliment, look at the person when you say the compliment, and then say it in a sincere voice. All right, so that's how you give. Now, how do you receive? So if you're on the other end and somebody's complimenting you, you do, because it can be awkward sometimes. So the first thing you do is you thank the person who gave you the compliment. And it can be simple as, oh, wow, thanks. That was really sweet. That was really nice. And then if there's an opportunity, give a compliment back. All right. So they may say, you know, Dawn, I really like your shirt. Oh, Oh, and I'd say, oh, that's so nice. Yeah, I just got this. Hey, I like your pants. Okay. So thank the person who gave the compliment. And then if it fits, give them a compliment back. So Mindy and I, or Miss Willis, we're going to demonstrate that for you. Okay. So you can kind of see what it takes to give and receive. All right. So here we go. So Mindy, you know, I really, really like your glasses. They really look nice on your face, and they go with your hair. I just really like them.
Oh, thanks, thanks. You know, actually, I was gonna say the same about you because I like that. Yeah, because I like how you have like that tortoise shell frame on there, and I wanted to do that, but I wasn't really brave enough to go for the full tortoise shell. So mine just has a little bit in the corner. But I was noticing too when we started the video, I really like your earrings. They have like a nice shape to them, and yeah, I might need to borrow those.
Oh, sure. Yeah, anytime. Well, thank you.
You know, something else I was thinking about though while you were talking is the compliments that we were to have, you know, that we modeled, and the few of them that we played in the game all had to do with kind of outer appearance. And that you can also give somebody a compliment about their personality. Like if you enjoy their sense of humor, you can say, hey, gosh, I love your sense of humor, or you're so funny. You know, something that is more about them as a person versus something on the outside. So I think those kind of compliments can be really good to give as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the compliments that we had in our game was, you're really smart.
Oh yeah, you're right. We did have one of those. Yep.
Right. Or great game. So complimenting their talent, or if they scored. So great point, and great thing to do. All right. So now what we want you to do, since you kind of have a better understanding of how to give and receive a compliment, on the bottom half of your paper, I want you to write down 3 compliments that you would be comfortable giving anyone. Whether it was your best friend or whether it was your Uncle John or somebody that you were just met and you didn't know. What would be 3 compliments you would be comfortable giving anybody? So go ahead, pause the video, and write down 3. I'll see you in a minute.
All right. All right, so now we're going to talk about having great conversations and some tips for how to do so. But before we do that, if you think about when you have a conversation with somebody, you kind of have to understand what the purpose of that conversation is, right? So, you know, are you hanging out at lunch and you just kind of want to joke around? Are you passing someone in the hallway, so it's just a quick, you know, quick exchange? Are you sitting down for a heart-to-heart or need to vent? So you really kind of have to think about what is the purpose of that conversation. And then once you do that, there are several tips that you should keep in mind. The first one we kind of already mentioned, and that's, you know, show interest. You know, use your body language, your nonverbal communication skills to make eye contact, to be approachable, relax. Yes, exactly. And then, you know, once you do that, you know, as we mentioned before, start with a simple greeting. Give a sincere compliment. That's another one. Look for a way to relate it to you personally. So when Dawn complimented my glasses, I also complimented her on hers as well. So we kind of made that personal connection. And then another really important one to keep a conversation going is to ask open-ended questions. So if the questions that you ask only have a yes or no answer, it's harder to keep a conversation going, right?
Good point.
Yeah, so by asking open-ended questions, that allows your conversation to carry on more easily.
Okay.
And another thing, again, look for, in addition to making up that personal connection, to look for things that you have in common. So if you know that person plays the same sport as you, or you know that person enjoys the same books as you, that becomes an easy way to help have a good conversation. And the last thing I think that's also really important, and it's not just to do with conversation skills, but about being a good friend, is to make sure that your conversation is balanced. That you get, I think people have the expression that equal talk time, right? Yeah, so you have that kind of give and take, and don't interrupt somebody if they're talking, because sometimes, you know, that's tempting too, because you get that idea in your head of something you want to say, and it's going to be hard to hold on to that. But so I would say that those are some really important tips to have great conversations. So Dawn and I are going to go ahead and model some different types of conversations for you.
Okay, so we're going to model a conversation, three different types of conversations right now. And so I want you to pay attention, okay? So listen to the things that I say, but also watch Miss Willis so that her nonverbal, her body language and her facial expressions show that she's listening to me. One of the things too I'll mention before we model a couple is when you're in a conversation and you're waiting to say your part, make sure you're actually listening to the full conversation. Because sometimes we all, and sometimes I do this too, somebody's talking to us and we're so focused on what we are going to say that we're totally not listening to what they're saying. And then we say something and they're looking at you like a deer in headlights, like, what? What does that have to do with what I just said? So that's a huge part of having a conversation. Would you agree?
Oh, for sure. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So three types that we're going to model. The first one is we're going to do just getting started. Then we're going to do one, getting better, and then nailed it. Okay. And in each conversation, we're going to include some or all the tips that Mindy just mentioned. All right. So listen carefully. So here's the first one. All right. So hi, Mindy. You have a really cute dog. I saw him in the doorway.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, he's pretty cute. I think he's pretty cute.
All right, so you notice in the conversation, I said something and then she said something, okay? That was an example of a just getting started conversation. You ask a question, which I did, and then make a comment, which she did. So there was really only one exchange, okay? It just went 1, 2, and then that was it. All right, so here's another example, okay? And this one is going to demonstrate getting better in a conversation. Hey, Mindy, that's a really cute dog. What's its name?
Oh, hey, Dawn. Its name's Bowser.
That's a cool name. You know, my nephews have a dog too. Is your dog a boy or girl?
Oh, it's a boy.
Cool. All right, so that was an example of getting better in a conversation, okay? We both showed interest. Okay, we made eye contact. I was looking at her, she was looking at me. I asked her a question, she made a comment, and then she asked me a question. And there was a compliment in there, and then something personal. Okay, so the personal was, I was letting her know that my nephews had a dog. There were 2 exchanges, and then at the end, it's just a boy. So that was a close-ended. All right, so now we're going to give an example of the final type of conversation. And I'll tell you what we're going to call this at the end. Hey, Mindy, that's a really cute dog. What's its name?
Hey, Dawn. Its name's Bowser.
Oh, wow, that's a really cool name. You know, my nephews have a dog too. Is your dog a boy or girl?
Oh, it's a boy.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. My nephew's dog is a boy too. What kind of dog do you have?
Oh, I have a golden doodle. It's like a mix of a golden retriever and a poodle.
Oh, wow. You know, he's really pretty. How did you decide to get that kind of dog?
Well, my daughter is allergic to dogs, or to dog hair, you know, so we had to get a dog that didn't shed.
Ah, gotcha. You know, I'm allergic to dogs too. I love dogs, but I have allergies. So that's why, you know, my nieces and nephews have them. And I'm not quite sure what kind of dog. I think it's a golden dog. So I think my nephews have a golden dog. And it's so funny because dogs are so crazy, you know.
Right.
They send me videos and pictures of the dog running around because it's a puppy. And it's a big puppy. And it's always, they have chickens too. And so the dog is always attacking the chickens in the backyard. It's just really weird how dogs are sometimes like kids.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the cat memes that you see on the internet. Like we love watching like crazy dog antics and stuff. And what's that TV show that they used to have with the funniest home videos? They would always have dogs in them. And yeah, our dog's pretty funny too. She loves to be outside, and you have to like bribe her to come inside. You know, she like,
Yeah.
you know, you try to get her to come in, and we got to coax her with a treat because, you know, she likes to stay and sniff around and listen. Runs over to the neighbor's yard to go play with their dog. And, yeah, it's you know, maybe we could get our dogs together sometime.
Yeah, I can see if my nephews can bring their dog, because I haven't got a chance to play with it yet either. How about, you know, after maybe this Saturday?
Yeah, that would be good. And if we do it outside, then hopefully, you know, that would, your allergies wouldn't act up because you can kind of stay far enough away that, you know, we can all get together and dogs can play without, you know, aggravating your allergies. Yeah, so I think Saturday would work. What time are you thinking?
Probably, let's do after lunch, so like 1.
Okay, all right. Well, that sounds good. Well, just go ahead and text me about a half hour or so before you're ready to go, and we can meet you up there.
All right, sounds great.
Great, cool. I look forward to meeting your nephews.
Thanks.
All right. All right, so that last one was an example of what we call nailed it. We did all the things that I had mentioned earlier in the list for having great conversations. We showed interest and made eye contact. We still had a greeting. We gave each other sincere compliments. We made it personal. We asked open-ended questions that really made the conversation go on longer. We looked for things we had in common, and we had a balance in our conversation. So I think that really is a great example of like we totally nailed it in the conversation there. So yeah, so I'm proud of us.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had a lot of fun today hanging out with Mindy, Miss Willis, and all of you. And I want to thank you all for tuning in to watch this video. I want to encourage you to have some conversations. Now that you kind of learned today different models and how to start a conversation, I encourage you to do that. And so remember, to start a conversation, you start with a greeting, and it can be as simple as hey, or what's up, or the nod, or the wave, or whatever you want to do. Just, you know, have a greeting, and then start the conversation with a compliment. Okay, and then think about a topic that you want to talk about that is a topic everybody wants to talk about to keep your conversation going. So it could be food, it could be music, it could be your latest Xbox video that you're doing. And then in the conversation in a polite way, you'll kind of notice when Miss Willis and we were talking, we knew when we were done with the conversation because we ended it politely. She didn't just turn around and walk away, okay? Because if she would have did that, that would have been rude. So that's a really important piece too in conversation, is ending it politely, letting them know you enjoy talking with them. It could be simple as text me later, okay? See you later. So I encourage you to do that. Tune in next time too, because we're going to kind of continue our social skills topic, which today we wrapped up how to have conversations and give compliments. Well, the next one, we're going to talk about where that fits with the relationships we have and how can we build relationships with each other, whether it's relationships with our friends, our family, but also we have relationships with things. So if you're not quite sure what I mean by that, make sure you watch the next video. All right, so if you want some more conversation practice scenarios and worksheets, go to our website at slstoday.org and you can download those to give you more practice. And I also want you to follow us on social media. And you can find us on most of the main channels, Facebook, SLS Today, Instagram, SLS Today, and we have a YouTube channel, SLS Today MI. Okay, so check those out and make sure you follow us, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for joining us today. Take care, stay safe.
Shoot. No, stop. This is you.
Oh.